Well, I want to finish up with a piece of advice from you to students who might be listening to this and following in your footsteps. And it goes exactly to what you just said. You're not the biggest, but you have squeezed absolutely everything you can out of what you have and what opportunities were presented to you. What advice do you have for students that are coming in? They've got big goals. They'd like to reach the heights that you're reaching, but they don't. They're not coming in with the same resources or maybe advantages that other students are. What do you say to them?
My advice would be to use the resources that are at your disposal. So I obviously came from a farming family, but that didn't really put me in the position to become a star farmer someday. Because I knew that this was something that I would be potentially interested in, and I wanted to gain all these experiences from the FFA. I reached out to people in my county as well as all across the state of Pennsylvania that I knew could give me the advice necessary and the help that I needed in order to get my operation on its feet, understand the ropes of everything sheep, as well as those supplemental livestock projects associated with my SAE. And I think just to students, in my opinion, don't be afraid to ask for that help. A man that has influenced my project a lot, Mr. Sam Hayes. He was a former Pennsylvania Secretary of Agriculture and as well as served in the House of Representatives. He actually raised sheep, and I knew that, and I reached out to him, even though it might have been a little bit scary to begin with, because a man of his tenure, and me as a 12-year-old reaching out to him. But I think because I made that connection and that relationship, that was able to take my project way more places than I could have ever imagined and that I could have ever sustained by myself. So as a middle or high school student joining the FFA, if you have any interest in pursuing an SAE or just gaining these experiences, reach out to the professionals and the people that have already been in your shoes and learn from them, and then go from there and allow them to help and coach you throughout your time in the FFA.